A very warm welcome to all of you. I am Radhika. Welcome back to DataZard. If you are new to my channel, then please don't forget to subscribe as I don't want you to miss out on any future updates. For today's challenge, we are going to be solving 2021 Week 25 Power BI challenge, which is around Unicode characters. So, what is a Unicode character? So, Unicode character is when you're trying to represent a character like a symbol using a numeric value, that is called a Unicode character. And Power BI has a very simple DAX function called Unichar, which can decode these numeric values so that you can display your symbols on the visual. So, without further ado, let's jump right into our Power BI report. For this week, we are again using the data for Nobel laureates and it is coming from a web page. So I'm just going to click on get data and choose web so that we can put our URL. So I'm adding the URL which is already given in the challenge and clicking on OK. Now there are a few transformations that we need to apply to this data before we can load it into our desktop to start building our report. The first thing that we need to do is we need to go to laureates.nobel prizes column. This is at the very end of the columns. And in here, we will click on this little icon and click on expand to new rows because we want to expand this column. This column contains a lot of records. That's why it has expanded into records. And again, we will click on this little icon and choose the columns that we want to expand. The first column that we need to expand is award year, then category, and motivation because these are all required in our visuals. So I will click on these checkboxes and click on OK. When we do that, we get three separate columns. First is for award year, second one is for category, but this is again records, it is not the value. So again, I will click on this little icon and we will choose EN for English and click on OK. Now, this data will be our actual data that we can read, which is all the categories. Similarly, we are going to do the same steps for motivation. So clicking on this little icon and choosing EN for English, and then I will click on OK. So now we have motivation as well. Now, for award year, I will convert this into a date column because we have a lot of date calculations that we will be doing in our report. So I will convert this into a date. It will pick up the 1st of January of each year and convert this numeric column into a date column. Now, there are too many columns in this data set. So what I will do is I will pick up the columns that are important to us and then I will delete the rest of them. So the columns that are important to us are this laureate's ID, and I will press the control on my keyboard and keep on clicking the columns that I need. So the next column that we need is full name English, full org name English. Then we need the gender, birth date, death date, year, category, and motivation. And now once I've selected all these columns, I will right click on these columns and choose remove other columns so that we keep these columns intact in our data set. Now for gender, at some places you will see that the gender is null, and that is because the Nobel Prize is won by an organization. So like for this one, it is not won by an individual, but by an organization. So for this, instead of using null as gender, we will write organization. So I will right click and click on replace values, and value to find is null, and wherever you find null, you replace it by organization, and I will click on OK. Now another transformation that we need to do is convert death date and birth date into date values. Now in birth date, you will see that we have 0000 as date value, and if I try to convert this right now into a date column, then Power BI will not allow me to do that because Power BI will not be able to understand what this 00 in month and 00 in date mean. So what we will do is again use replace. So right clicking on the column, click on replace values, and we will replace these 00 by 0101 and click on OK. Now that this is done, I will just convert this into date, and I will also convert the death column into date. Now, the last thing that we need to do is change the name of this table. So I will put this to laureates. Now we need to bring another table, which is this table. So this is the dimension table that we are bringing in. So I will just copy this. Going back into my Power Query editor, I will choose enter data and paste this table. I will call this Unicode table and click on OK. Now this table will load all right. And these are all the transformations that we had to do. And now I will click on close and apply. Now that our tables are loaded into our Power BI desktop, let us go to our model view so that we can build relationship between them. So this category will be linked to the category in Laureate's table. So I will link them, and Power BI is smart enough to say this is a many to one relationship and we want single direction. And I will keep these settings same and click on save. Going back to our report, we will be creating a few measures to create those visuals. So for that, I will create a new table using enter data, and I will call this key measures. Now, before creating the measures, I will first go to the table view in our Unicode table and convert this Unicode into the symbols that they represent. So for that, I will right click on this and click on new column so that we can create a new column for them. And I will call this symbols, which will be equal to. So to convert this Unicode number into a symbol, there is a function called unichar, and we just need to pass this Unicode column to it and close the brackets. Once that is done, you should be able to see the symbols. Now let us start creating our measures. So in key measures, I will right click and click on new measure. And the first measure that we are creating is total laureates, which will be equal to doing a distinct count on the ID. The second thing that we need to find out is percentage of women laureates. So for that, I will create this measure and call this percent of women laureates, which will be equal to, first we need to find the total number of women that are present in all the laureates. So for that, I will create a variable and call this women count, and that will be equal to, we need to count the number of women. We already have the total laureates measure, and we just need to change the context so that instead of calculating total laureates, we are only counting those laureates which have a gender of female. So because we need to change the context, so I am using a calculate function. The first argument that we need to give is the expression, and we are going to evaluate the total laureates expression. But the context that we are going to provide to it is when the gender is female. So this will only calculate the distinct count of laureate IDs where the gender is female. Now we just have to return division of women count by the total laureates, and the alternative result is 0. I will create all the measures first, and then we will bring this into a visual. So the next measure that I'm going to create is average age at award. Now, if you think about average age at reward, you would first think that we will first create a column called age at award, and then we will do the average age. But if we add more columns to our data set, it is going to increase its size, and we already have an alternative way of finding the average of the age at death or at award time. So I don't want to clutter my data set with more columns. Instead, I'm going to create a measure here. So I will call this measure average age at award, and it is basically just the difference of award year minus the birth year. But because we have to give it row context, we will use average x function. So using average x, we first need to give a table on which it needs to iterate on. So the table will be laureates table, and the expression that we need to evaluate. So here we just need to evaluate date difference between the birth date, because we have already converted this birth date column into a date, so we can use this date diff function. Similarly, we have already converted the award year column to a date format, so we can use this. Last argument that we need to give to date diff function is what is the interval. So we need to give this as year. Because we are doing average, so we might be getting a decimal value. So to round that off, I am using a round function. So I will go round and give it a 0 decimal places and enter. I'm going to use similar logic to create another measure which will calculate average age at death. We are again going to use average x function, give it the laureates table. Now the expression that we need to evaluate will be the date diff between the birth date and the death date, both of which are date columns, and the interval will be year. Closing the bracket for date diff, closing the bracket for average x, and again, like last time, we're going to round function so that we round off the values. Now another requirement in the challenge is we need to create dynamic titles. So for that, there are two ways. Either we use dynamic value like we have used in the previous challenges, or we use a measure. This time I'm going to use a measure. So for that, I'm going to create another measure. I will call this title. There are two parts to the title. First is a string value, which is Nobel Prize laureates in. That's the string. And then we need to change what slicer value is selected. So to understand what value is selected at slicer, I will use a variable called selected value. And that will be equal to whatever is selected value of the category column. I'll show you in a sec how this is going to work. Let us first just return this much so that I can explain it. So I'm just returning selected value. Let us create our slicer. So for slicer, I'll choose the new slicer. And in the new slicer, we're going to bring in the symbols. We will worry about the formatting later on. I just need to explain the concept of how this measure is being worked out. So I will bring this title over here. And now if you see, it is blank because we have not chosen any of these values. Say if we choose this dollar sign, then it shows us economic science. If we choose this sign, it shows us chemistry. So how it is working out is, if we go back to our measure, it says what is the selected value of category. Now here we are not selecting the category, we are selecting the symbol, but this symbol is associated with the category and it can find it out because it can understand the row context here. So this is how this measure understands what value is being selected in the slicer and is able to dynamically change the value. Now we want this not just to display the symbol that is being selected, but also there is a string attached to it. So what I will do is I will use an ampersand as the concatenation operator, and then I will just write in quotes Nobel Prize laureates in, and don't forget to give a space at the end so that it can have a space and then show the value. And now click on enter. It's going to show me Nobel Prize laureates in peace, in chemistry. So this is how the dynamic title gets created. Now the hard part is done, and now we can start creating our visuals. So the first visual is this one, which is our title, and I'm just going to format this. So for formatting, let's click on this formatting pane. We don't want the category label. For callout values, let us change the font, also the font size. So I am choosing this as 24. We want it bold and choosing this color. Coming to our slicer, we don't want the title. For layout, we want one row with 6 columns so that all of them are shown in a single row. For callout values, I will choose size 33. Keep it center aligned. And in buttons, we are going to select narrow as the padding. And in callout values, let us put this to bold and place it like that here. I will first change the background so that we can see how we can arrange things. So clicking outside so that none of the visuals are selected, choosing canvas background and choosing this light gray color, and I will reduce the transparency to 0. Now we can just place it right below this. Now we are going to get our new card visual. And in this, we are first going to get percent of women, then average age at award, and then average age at death. Now we need to format these values. So for percent of women, we format this as a percent and choose 0 as our decimal value. These values might be a percent or a year more or less than what is shown in the visual. Just because we are doing approximate calculations, it involves average and decimal places are involved, so the rounding off could be different as to what we are doing and what was done for the challenge. Now for average age, we want this as a whole number value. And for average age at death also, we want this as a whole number value. Now for callout values, let us put this to 30 and change the font and put it center aligned. We will keep these values bold. And for label, we don't want it at the top, we want it below the value. And I will change this space to 0 so that it is compact. And now when I will reduce size, this will work. Lastly, we need to create bar chart. So for that, I'm choosing these stacked column charts. On x-axis, we have award year. So bringing in award year. We don't want this like that as a date hierarchy. We want to have a single value. Then we will bring in total laureates in y-axis and gender in the legend. And now let us just format this. So for title, we want this laureates by year and type. Let's just change the font and choose this color. Going into x-axis, we want the value to be 12 and don't want the title. Similarly for y-axis, we don't want the title and let's increase the value to 12. Going into legend, we want it at bottom center. And instead of gender, it says type. Now going into columns so that we can change the column colors. So first selecting female, this color, then selecting male, which is this gray color, and finally the organization, which is this blue color. Now the last thing that we need to do is we need to show a tooltip. So for tooltip, I'm going to create a page. We'll call this tooltip so that it is clear what this page is for. I'm going into formatting and canvas settings, choosing custom size. So we need to add a table and this table will show name, motivation and age. Now our name are in two columns. If it is a individual, then the name is in full name, and if it is not an individual but an organization that has won a Nobel Prize, then it is an org name. So we need a way to combine these two and choose the right value. So for that, I will create a new column and call this name, and I will say if full name and use is blank function. So surround this by is blank, then org name, otherwise full name. And now I'm going to bring this name in here. Next, we need to bring motivation and then the age. So award, age at award. I will increase the size of this canvas. I will choose this custom and maybe do 500. Let's just rename this as simply age. Renaming this as motivation. And let us switch off the totals because we don't want any total. For style presets, let's just choose minimal. We need to say this will be used as a tooltip page. So page type should be a tooltip. Keep all filters should be turned on. And now going into this visual, in properties, in tooltip, the type should be report page and the page should be tooltip. And now if I hover over it, I see the tooltips coming out all right. So that's it for the challenge. And this is how the final visual looks like. If we select any of these values, our title changes, our values change. If you like the video, then please do share it so that it reaches more people. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next one.